Jews, Judah, God believers. Brief history about Judah and the Jews. The designation Jew, Hebrew equals Yehuda, in relation to the belief of this people is fundamentally incorrect, because a human being who is a Jew is, since time immemorial here, a member of the tribe or inhabitants of the southern kingdom of Judah. Judah equals e.g. 2 Kings 16:6, Judah in the Bible, the son of the patriarch Jacob, and Leah. Genesis 29:35. In Jewish tradition, he is the progenitor of the most important Israelite tribe of the same name, which, after the immigration into Palestine, that is, after the conquest, settled in the south of the land in the area around Hebron and around Jerusalem. The Jews are, in accordance with their God, Yahweh. God believers or Yahweh believers, hence they are fundamentally, actually, Yahwehists. Jerusalem was conquered by David about 1000 B. Jmmanuel, and made the capital of Judah. After Solomon's death, approximately 926 B. Jmmanuel, there arose a division of the kingdom. Thus, there arose a kingdom in the south and a kingdom in the north, southern kingdom and northern kingdom. Because of that, the area of the tribe of Judah extended around parts of the southern land, the Negev, became its own kingdom as the southern kingdom, with its capital in Jerusalem. In 722 B. Jmmanuel, Judah survived the onslaught of the Assyrians. It did not lose its independence until about the year 587 B. Jmmanuel to the great power, the Babylonians, after Jerusalem had been destroyed. The kingdom of Judah was its own province again in 445 B. Jmmanuel in the Persian Empire. Nehemiah 5:14. After the Babylonian captivity, the term Jews was initially the designation for the family members of the people of Israel as a whole. In the later diaspora, that is, the dispersion, the designation Jew or Jews also became a Jewish self-designation. Since then, both ethnic as well as religious relations are connected with one another in the term Jew. According to rabbinical understanding, every human being who is born from a Jewish mother or has gone over to or converted to Judaism in accordance with a Jewish Orthodox form is a Jew. Since the time of the Enlightenment, this connection between nationality and religion has been disputed. Liberal Jewish schools of thought of the present define Judaism solely as the religious community of the confessors, obligated to the Jewish religious law of one God, Yahweh. The representatives of the conservative Orthodox Judaism dominating in Israel, on the other hand, hold firmly to the traditional oneness of the Jewish nationality and religion, which is especially the case with the Judaism characterized by Zionism. Ethnically, the Jews understand themselves as the descendants of Abraham, and theologically, as the bearers of the promise given by their God, Yahweh. Genesis 17. Today, 2011, there live around 15 million Jews worldwide, of which about 7 million live in North America, and about 6 million of these live in the USA. Approximately 1.5 million live in the EU countries, particularly in England and France. About 5 million are settled in Israel, and about 1.5 million in independent states. From the cultic centralization by King Solomon until the destruction of the Jewish Second Temple by the Romans around the year 70 A. Jmmanuel AD, interrupted by the time of the Babylonian captivity around 587 to 538 B. Jmmanuel, and the and the deportation of the Jewish upper class associated with it. The Temple of Jerusalem was the sole center, and the priesthood of the Temple of Jerusalem was the sole bearer of the Jewish religion, which was referred to as the cult of God believers by Jmmanuel. Thus, Jmmanuel did not speak of a Jewish belief, but of the people of the God believers, and the fact that their religion, which led the people into error and confusion by false teachers with their false teachings, by Pharisees, high priests, the high council, as well as the Sadducees and false prophets with their God belief, was referred to as the cult of the God believers by him. He also created evil enemies with this. At the time of Jmmanuel's birth, the questions were presented to the Jewish High Council, Sanhedrin, as the topmost authority for binding decisions. When the temple was destroyed and the worldwide Jewish dispersion, diaspora came about, the form of the synagogue that arose in exile became the actual religious center. Here, the Pharisees, who were led by the scribes and who were made bearers of the Jewish religion, played an important role as representatives with regard to the Jewish teaching tradition and teaching discussion. In place of the sacrificial system, there is, in rabbinic Judaism, the reading and realizing of the Torah. The canonical form of the text as the Hebrew Bible was set around 90 A. Jmmanuel. Until then, only orally handed down teaching material that was founded in the Torah, halakha, was put together in the Mishnah as the most important collection. This teaching material was commentated, collected, and systematically set down in the Gemara and the Jewish academies of Palestine and Babylonia. The rabbinical commentaries with the Mishnah form the Talmud. That which has been formative for the mystical direction of Jewish thinking since the 12th century is the Kabbalah, from which significant impulses went out to the later Hasidism. Hasidim equals Hebrew pious, followers of various religious movements in Judaism.